This is also a good topic to listen to.
Morning, welcome back. You know what I'm grateful for? Things that help us save time. When food delivery apps started appearing on people's phones, I thought, that's dumb. Why would I pay extra when I can pick things up myself? AKA, my dad would volunteer to go grab the food. Well, that was me before I owned a car. Once I started driving, I realized, wow, what a complete waste of time. Nice that I can get from point A to point B in the privacy of my own metal box on wheels, but that
A metal box that will kill you. How many times was driving on the highway and I got almost hit just cause I drove right. This is insane.
Our commute time could have been used for something more productive like chores, cooking, watching shows that destroy you mentally, and playing the retro. Time. We never
I love cooking. I can watch it.
have enough of it. It was only 4 to 5 years ago when I started using delivery apps more often. Another moment of realization for me. It's like killing two birds with one stone. Tap a few buttons on your phone, someone will start.
It creates a necessity to have delivery through virtual means because you are reliant on a car. Let me explain. It's like the more people drive cars, the less they have time to actually eat. And that creates a reason why fast food exists. When it shouldn't exist by normal in normal circumstances.
Or cooking a meal for you, and another person will bring it to your doorstep. It's like giving your Sims family orders, except real life. DoorDash, Uber Eats, skip the dishes. Sometimes we cook and come up with things that aren't burnt and nasty. I still cook like 70 to 80% of all my meals. Before those days when
I want to say cooking is better than delivery, but people sometimes don't have the time to cook just cause we're so much on the road. That's why food delivery even exists. It's kinda weird how
I
that works.
literally have 0 minutes to spare, and I don't really feel like eating soupy microplastic
Yes,
noodles
0
again.
minutes.
These delivery apps are a lifesaver. It's basically like a virtual food court. You're able to order from all the restaurants within your vicinity on a single app, instead of having
drink
to
some
download
water.
multiple storage clogging apps. No matter how big our phones get, I always need more gigabytes. Eventually, we'll all be carrying electronic bricks in our pockets, stored with memes and fanfiction. And also, fun games. Thanks to our sponsor, Secret Puzzle Society. This isn't any
I need to skip this one. Oh, where is it?
exciting Christmas escape room this December. Other
Okay.
pros of food delivery apps. It's useful for people with disabilities. What you pay for is what you get in terms of paying.
Not really. If you don't have a need to drive a car, you don't need delivery at all because the food is locally produced. So, I mean, it's kinda. It all comes back to the car, kinda.
Someone to deliver your food. Plus, it created a bunch of jobs for people with cars who needed employment ASAP. Amazing! Now take all these things, double it, and make it worse. These apps have gone from a boon for humanity during unprecedented times, whatever the hell that means anymore, to why is my food order missing half its items, and from a completely different restaurant. And why does my receipt show I spend more on random fees than the actual food? That's when I start to notice something's off, and it's not the lights in the glow-in-the-dark museum. When you take a look at prices at
The reason why you pay more when you actually know is because they underpay because we're drivers, and that creates a kind of shortage of money, and that's why you have to tip. It's kind of almost mandatory. It's in a way that companies can say, hey, we can pay less without having to be immoral. Of course, I live in Germany, and that's highly illegal. So
in the app, sometimes the food is more expensive than when you order in person. Which, okay, sure, they're gonna upcharge you a 10% lazy tax. That's fine. But what are these fees that keep appearing every 1 to 2 business years? First, we had the standard delivery rate that would change based on your location. Fair and just. Fair and just? I never watched those Pride and Prejudice people before. If Keira Knightley was here, she would tell these billion-dollar companies to swallow their pride, cause it's prejudice, to charge common folk with a small order fee with a side of regulatory bag fee.
Oh my god, you Americans are so cooked. Oh my god, this is so bad. So many fees.
Fee, topped with express fee, on top of a service fee, on top of a delivery fee, with a dash of an expanded range fee. Regulatory response fee? What exactly are we responding to? A BuzzFeed quiz? The thing is, these apps aren't very forthcoming about what they're doing with all these fees they're milking from you. Or they don't make finding a clear-cut answer easy to find. Sure, you're getting a steal of a delivery fee at just 2 quarters, but what exactly is this $20 worth of taxes and other fees? It'll usually say something like, these fees are meant to provide you with better services. Okay, how exactly? Well, maybe all these fees are for full-time delivery drivers.
Where fees, where the money is basically taken from you. It's this is illegal in the EU, luckily. Which is
so they can make a livable wage. There's no delivery services if we didn't have people delivering. Deliver. We're a land of opportunity. I remember when being an Uber Eats driver or a DoorDasher was considered a cool job. You can make your own hours, work as much or as little as you want. The original gatekeep girl boss ladies selling makeup in their pastel pink Cadillacs. Except the Cadillac is a Toyota Camry and the girl boss is stressing over wages. Turns out all these fees you're paying might not even be going to the driver. DoorDashers would get paid a base wage that ranged from $2 to $10 based on how far you had to drive, plus your tips on top of that. If you only had $2...
Interesting. We don't even pay you on minimum wage. Interesting. Wow. Is that how we get around it? Didn't know that.
Orders the whole day and only a few people tipped, that would be rough. All of this varies depending on where you live and what laws your city follows. There was a new fee that was introduced in Seattle and a handful of other cities called a regulatory fee that's supposed to help drivers earn minimum wage, which turns out is...
This is the worst solution ever. Just mandate that we pay more. Why those fees? This is like slipping a band-aid on a amputated arm, where you have to. Okay, it's a bad analogy. Just why?
Is hurting everyone in the business, even the drivers themselves.
The added cost on the city's new app-based worker minimum payment ordinance appears to be falling on customers, and they're noticing.
Recently, I tried to order just like a coffee, and it was like $26 for just a medium coffee. That was kind of insane.
The $5 regulatory response.
$26 for a coffee. That's about $25.74. euro, I think. Why?
Response fee is used to help cover DoorDash's increased operating costs.
You think that the convenience of delivery isn't worth the price anymore?
Honestly, I don't.
Moomin says since the new regulations were enacted in mid-January, he and other drivers have lost much-needed income they rely on to provide for their families. He's reporting about half the number of trips compared to this time last year.
Is this a sitcom I'm watching right now? Silly government trying to help everyone but actually makes everything worse? I'm just speculating here, but I have a feeling these apps are making customers pick up the slack for not paying their workers a minimum wage. Before any of the profits make it to the restaurant, these food delivery apps will reach their meaty little hands into the bag of gold and take a few coins for themselves. You might be wondering, why do restaurants use DoorDash and Uber Eats when they can handle their own delivery and keep 100% of the...
Because we're not employed by them. You have to pay benefits, insurance, if we're employed. This is a huge burden for companies. This is the main reason. So we use DoorDash or these deliveries as a way to remedy the fact that we're lazy. I know.
Profits.
And
well, that costs money and time you might not have when running an entire business. Same with coming up with new technology.
this is exactly right. Just by paying a delivery, it's easier when filling in a new employee that does the deliveries, because you have extra regulations, and again you have to pay all these things
like building
like
an
benefits,
exclusive functional food delivery
social
app that you also have
equity,
to advertise so people
more.
download it. These restaurants are letting food delivery services handle all that back-end stuff in exchange for a portion of their profits. Think of it as selling your wares at a mall that gets thousands of people browsing around every day. You'll get more eyes on your product compared to selling it in front of your own home on the street. These popular delivery apps already cornered the market before businesses even realized they could make their own app. But who wants to download one app per restaurant when it can all be in one? Let me tell ya, it's always the rich middlemen who own everything and can do everything because they're rich. Here's a crazy fact. During the pandemic year, the CEO of DoorDash made $413 million in compensation in the form of stock awards.
Damn, how many are employed in DoorDash? There must be like 300,000, 400,000 in the US, I think. No, even less. Like, he could easily pay them good. Oh.
Anyone know the Addy? Just gonna door and dash myself a Fabergé egg. Maybe some real eggs too, because those are expensive. Coming back to regular people things, we pay all this extra money for convenience at the cost of eating lukewarm food that's seen better days compared to their selfies. If you've been on the internet for at least 2 years and have gotten scammed at least once in your lifetime, you should know better than to completely trust something you see online. Don't be that Facebook mom who spreads misinformation to all her friends. This image I saw the other day makes me believe in miracles. Does anyone know where and when this happened?
Is that AI generated? I think, yeah.
Back in my day, there were only two types of people, catfish and people that catfish.
I always do my research before ordering or buying something from a place I've never been to. Reviews used to be more trustworthy, but now it's so easy to manipulate your online image. If you have the money, you can just buy bots to boost up your ratings and game the system. No one has the time to review a review to see if a human or an AI wrote it. Companies will even buy fake bad reviews on other restaurants just to get a leg up on the competition. Ordered a waffle to find a fingernail and a hair on my food. Absolutely shocking customer service.
How do you get a hair and a fingernail in a waffle? Oh no, on. How? Oh. What the fuck?
As I was told I would have to wait another hour to get a fresh one. I asked for a refund, but never received one. Wouldn't send my worst enemy here. Our restaurant is not open yet, so this is impossible. Whoa, a fingernail and a hair? Maybe if you were ordering angel hair pasta from a salon instead of a restaurant. Mamma mia, a capellini behind you. Oh, but watch out for those curly fries. Made from snakes? Ew. Which brings us to the next topic of AI and how its use has skyrocketed over the years. It's showing up in places where
It's gonna keep happening. AI is gonna replace like all of the calls at our work. Like it's like almost inevitable. And companies are gonna just increase their use of it, which is the reason why it's simple. AI has not to be. It's like you can pay like a service, and that's it. And you can write it off. There's a text write-off. So you don't even have to pay any social benefits, anything. And that's why if companies can replace you, they will. And it has nothing to do with you actually. Just the insanity of it. Like,
feels like we're in a Black Mirror episode. Fast food drive-thrus are using AI.
It's worse actually. It's actually worse. Like,
AI to take orders with a success rate of 60%.
I want a large Mountain Dew.
And your drink?
To all our technology being marketed to have some sort of AI capability. It's only getting more advanced every year, that eventually it's gonna be really hard to tell if artwork, music, or even someone's master's thesis was AI generated. There were times when I accidentally used royalty-free stock images that I later found out were AI generated. It's not always labeled clearly, or labeled at all. If you're selling food, your menu needs to
it should be labeled. And there should be a law if you make like a AI generated art or a piece or something like that. Or music or anything AI, it should be labeled as AI. Because at what point can you say I trust what's online? Where's the line when you have to label those things? Yeah, this is only getting worse because this is just the start of it. Like,
people to have some sort of appetite for it. Hero Mania, if that's even a restaurant, used AI to generate all their food items, which ended up looking like an alien trying to picture what humans ate in the past. Rubbery, cloudy glue on top of a bed of shiny string. Nothing heroic about these construction paper sandwiches, or these prices. These photos make these plates of food look like hostages. Not food for hostages. They locked these meals in a room, forced them to sing that one note from Wicked, and didn't give them any water for a week.
Wait. I think we should require that if it's a food item there should be like used at least somewhat realistic food. I think there should be a law. I mean, you're basically lying to the customer. And this is disgusting, what the fuck?
This is what the inside of my brain looks like when I'm trying to remember what I ate for lunch today. Everything is so rubbery, dry, and wet at the same time. I don't think avocados are supposed to look like a horseshoe after being deep fried. Don't care if you're giving me one for free. I'd pay extra to never have to see this ever again. If I stare at this any longer, it's gonna sprout legs and start walking towards me like a toddler. At least this iced coffee photo is accurate. 90% ice and 10% actual drink. Exactly like what we didn't want. That won't wake me up at all. I'd be falling asleep mid-sip. But gamer subs will, for when I need to power through editing all these videos without the crash. Use my code to get 10% off and check out their holiday sale. Which is when restaurants or big franchise content made on ghost kitchens becoming more popular on DoorDash. There's been a lot of content made on ghost kitchens becoming more popular on DoorDash and
as an explanation what the ghost kitchen is, it's like when a restaurant pays a kitchen that is independent of them to make their food. So the delivery and the kitchen is not owned by them. They're the franchise. So it's like they have no regulatory oversight. And they do not have to pay anything. Like in benefits. Again, it all comes back to not paying people benefits. Their wages, and it's getting worse. Yeah.
Uber Eats, which is when restaurants or big franchises like Chili's, Denny's, IHOP, and Applebee's will masquerade themselves as a different restaurant on these apps.
Legally, I don't want to say that this is the exact same sandwich, but my taste buds are saying this is the exact same sandwich. What we are looking at here are 9 sandwiches from 9 restaurants that all claim to be different businesses when you look at them.
So when you think you're supporting a new local business called Pasquale's Pizza and Wings, it's actually a teenager in a Chuck E. Cheese costume deep frying your food. Telltale signs you're ordering from a ghost kitchen are when the restaurants have punny names to grab your attention. Thrilled Cheese by IHOP. Cosmic Wings by Applebee's. The Burger Den and the Meltdown by Denny's. Fuck Hot Wings? Who's them? What's her name? Oh, wait a second. Well, that was a jump scare. Not to be rude, but these names are too unserious for a professional business wanting to last for more than a year. This is leading to...
That's the next thing. Delivery, independent deliveries and independent ghost kitchens. They don't last. We're not stable. Like, we have no stability. Like, the economy can change and may crash like that. Like a house of cards.
To people having really bad experiences trying something new. At this point, if it's a place you haven't heard of, check the address on Google. I forgot to do it this one time, and I just literally got the worst and most overpriced breakfast tacos I've ever had from a damn gas station. And I can't believe a building fried this burrito. That really sucks. They wasted a perfectly good order on sketchy food and potential food poisoning. There are laws in place that restaurants have to label themselves as a virtual business if they're operating a ghost kitchen. You know, because of ethical business practices that everyone abides by. But to no one's surprise, the labels are always in the teeniest font at the very bottom of the app. It's just wings. It's just the way we do things. We're stuffing the to-go box, not the marketing budget, no celebrity endorsements, no TV commercials. We can't stand the extra mentality unless it's fries. Oh, brother. No forks, no knives, no napkins. It's just wings. A concept by Brinker International, owner and operator of Chili's and Mangiano's Little Italy. These apps are also really good at gathering your data, so they can send you push notifications tailored to your habits. They notice you browsing on the app during lunchtime. Here's a coupon for 20% off lunch orders. They also noticed you order extra food when you watch sad movies. You should check out our subscription service, where you get free delivery on ice cream orders. There have been so many times when I over-ordered because I was hungry, and they just happened to send me a save $10 on a $65.
Yeah, this is actually legal. I think it's gonna be illegal in like to using your user data to make these push notifications. I think it's gonna be illegal because of privacy. Because it's basically I don't know how it's called. It's like privacy rules, data breach. I think it's gonna be illegal in the EU.
$1 order. I don't need $65 worth of food for lunch, which will probably end up being $85 after fees, tips, and tax. At the end of the day, we're all just monkey brains.
But I don't know.
Being manipulated by technology and robots. I don't know, man. Soon we're going to be paying $50 in fees for a burger with a bite taken out of it. Our expectations are going to be so low, we'll start thinking, well, at least they left me with more than half this time. Oh, what's this?
It's just gonna get worse and worse. Because society likes to downgrade services that once were really important to society. Yep.
This looks like a footprint on the bag. They need to hire a janitor for this virtual food court, because it has not been cleaned in a while. The trays are like stacked to the ceiling. But let's face it, I'm still gonna order food from these apps because I do see the value in them. This video is just
there's no value in food deliveries. If there was no need for a car, you wouldn't have a food delivery app. The only reason why you have food delivery is because people have no time to make the actual food. If they're spending their time a lot at work and then spending their time a lot in the car. This is the only reason why food deliveries even exists. Why fast food exists. It's like accommodating the problem existing already. It's a bandage solution, you know?
Oh, so what now? If you enjoyed the content, let me know by giving this video a like, so that you...
Yeah, I like this video. Anyways, I'm just gonna subscribe, like...
YouTube algorithm can get paid in DoorDash credits. Have a good day, try not to be dumb, and see you in the next one. And don't forget to check out Secret Puzzle Society and download the game.
Okay, this was it.